Hey guys, welcome back to the Farmhouse Knitting Podcast. I am so excited for you guys to come and sit and knit with me. Today I am working on my Christmas stockings for our family, and I'm working on stocking number 3. So if you have not seen me working on the other stockings yet, which are over here, I will link down the past 2 episodes I spent working on them, and you can also find out all the info about the yarn and stuff that I'm using for that. So these stockings are by Ursula Almeida, and the yarn is from Knit Picks, and all that is down below. So I actually just finished getting my chart together for my next stocking, and this stocking is going to be, sorry for the crinkles, the Vintage Toys stocking. So this is a really fun one. It has a giant rocking horse, and the little bands in between are actually ribbons, and then cute little teddy bears and presents. Now I am making the change again across the top here with these presents, and I'm going to be adding the name Lucy. So that's what I'm working on now, and I actually just put my chart together. It looks like this, and I just did a video for it, so I will link that too, because I had a few questions about how you add the name to the stockings. And I know when I was first trying to learn that, I wasn't finding anything that was helpful to how I learn how to do it. So I thought I would just walk you through how I do the stocking names. And I do knit it straight in. I knit the names straight in. You could go back through and do a duplicate stitch too, but I'm actually doing the stranded color work with that. So, I already showed the finished of the gingermint stocking, but this is the finished stocking of the steamer train. So this is mostly the train. We have the little train tracks across, and then some trees with some snow and more train tracks, and then some more little snowflakes. And then, yes, I did the name on here, and on the back side is the rest of the train, because it's one long train, and then some mountains. So that was the last stocking I did, and I know I didn't share that I finished that, so I will do that right now. So now I'm excited. I've been kind of in the waiting phase of going on to what's next in this stocking, because I finished the cuff and I knew I had to sit down and do the chart, so it was kind of just waiting for me to be able to sit down and do the math for that. And so now I have knit my next 2 rows in white, and then see if I can pick it up. I didn't actually knit that one. So now the biggest thing that always would trip me up when I first start this is that when I'm reading my chart, I'm going to be doing the name upside down and not backwards. Like, I'm still going to start, if I'm writing Lucy, I'm going to start with the L, but I'm going to start at the top of the name, if that makes sense. So like for here, this was the beginning of my round, and I'm actually going to be working my way across the letters like that. So it's going to be, instead of spelling out Claire, it's going to spell out Lucy. And then since her name is shorter, I have more space on the end. So I'm actually going to just do a little bit more buffer on this side. Okay, and now in the other pattern that she designed, she uses a gray, but I'm using this green. So I'm going to attach my new color. Make sure it's the right color that I want to use, because when I was working on, was it the gingerbread? I was working on the gingerbread, I think, and I accidentally knit the entire gingerbread. Oh no, you don't know what it was. It was the snowflake. I knit the entire snowflake band across on both sides, but I knit it in red, and I was like, this is not what I was thinking I was doing, but I was probably doing it while watching a show or listening to a book. So I'm just going to work the first row of the letters. So I have 3 stitches of my main color here, and that's actually just to finish the block for the L, because down at the bottom of the L it's going to go down and go out farther. So right now it's just white. So now I'm doing my in between the letters stitches, which for this chart I wrote out 3. So I should have the 3 to finish off the L and then 3 more. And then to do the U, I'm actually going to go right into green. C, I'm actually going to indent 1 here, and it'll go back out. This next row, it'll be a green, but I'm going to indent for now. And it doesn't look like anything at first. It really doesn't look like much until you're connecting your letters, and you're more towards the bottom half of the letters. At first, you're just kind of following the chart and trying to make sure that you are doing it okay. Oops. And then I'm going to finish my last 10 stitches on this side. 10. Okay. So, first row of the name chart is just going to look like this. I will show you my chart, but it's probably not going to make sense. Like I said, if you are trying to figure this out, then go check out that video, because I walked through and I wrote this out row by row and figuring it out there. But basically, I'm just double checking. It's just going to be this first box going across. So I've got my 10 stitches, and then 4 for the top of the L, 3 stitches to finish out the top of the L, 3 stitches for the in between, and then I have my U right here. 3 stitches for in between, 1 because the C is actually going to indent. I've got the rest of my C, the last indent, 3 stitches, and then my Y, and then 10 stitches. So from here, what I'm going to do, and actually I'm going to put a placeholder there, a stitch marker, I guess I mean, and that's just going to tell me, let's see, I'll do blue. That's just going to tell me every time that marks the halfway part of the round. And then I'm done with that for this part until I get back to that, until I get back to the beginning of the round. Beginning of the round is where my tails are, and that's where I'm going to start the color work for the letters again. Got my hair stuck in it. So now I'm starting the row of presents. And if you're just knitting the pattern how it's written, your presents will go around. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 presents on this side, and then it'll just wrap back around and you'll have 6 presents on that side. So my one side has the name, so then the back side is just going to have 6 presents. So I'm going to follow the pattern for the presents now until I get back to my beginning of round. And I'm not consistent with how I did it in the last ones. I for my last ones, I'm going to keep my green over here on this side. For my last stockings, I was keeping my main color on my right side, and then I was keeping the green, or whatever color is my accent color, on this side. So this was staying on top, and this was going on bottom, I think is how I did it. Is that how I did it? Yeah, that feels like how I've been doing it for there. So now this is kind of a long float. I'm going to kind of pull it. And then finish up the row with 2. So that completes my first row, my first round. And so back at the beginning of round, I'm going to go on to row 2. So I'm actually going to, because I like to remember where I am. So I'm going to cross off. I totally did that. And then over here off camera, sorry because it's not my pattern, I'm crossing off the chart of the present. So when I pick up the next round, I'm going to do the same thing, which the L is very similar. The U will actually cut in a little, C will cut out a little, and Y will cut in a little. And then I'm going to do the same thing for presents. But that's pretty much all it is that I'm doing with these, at least for this section of the stocking. And so I wanted to pop on fast after doing the tutorial. I wanted to pop on one to show you that this stocking is finished, and I wanted to show it to you. And I did actually block both of them. These two are blocked. They are not lined yet. That's something I want to do. I'm just going to sew in a liner at the top there. But I wanted to show you the start of the, what is it called? The vintage toy stocking. And then kind of show you the chart in action like that. So that's just the beginning of my next stocking. So I hope you guys liked kind of seeing that, and I'm definitely a visual learner, more so than anything. So for me, doodling all this out and figuring all that out was really helping a lot. So yeah, that is everything that I wanted to show you guys today. I hope you're having a great December, and thanks for sitting and knitting with me. Bye.